This guy, I was just imagining, I was like, this guy, if this guy is to move to Copenhagen, to Denmark, right? This guy, I think he'll be on a dry fast. He will fast because he will never buy any food. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Naomi, and I'm so glad to have you around. In today's video, we are going to do a story time. How I walked 4 hours in Italy, and it was so difficult to find help, a lot of emotions. I was so frustrated. And guys, let's get into this video. Okay, before I start, I would like to apologize for anybody that it will offend, because I'm going to be super honest. I'm going to say the way it is. I'm not gonna hide anything. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm just going to say everything the way it happened. And it was really bad. It was really bad. Like, I went through a lot. Okay, so recently I was so down. I was so weak in my spirit, and I wanted to go somewhere and just be in a quiet place, like concentrate on myself and all that. I don't even know how I ended up in Rome. Like, I don't know, that one I cannot explain. So I ended up in Rome, and I chose a place that was very quiet, a lot of nature and everything. So my plan was to spend like 3 days on me and God. That's all. And then the other days I will go to the city, and then see like a tourist or something like that. That was my plan, and that's what I did. So I knew that I was going to book 2 hotels. So the first hotel was just a quiet place to concentrate on myself, and then the next hotel was just in the middle city, all the noise and everything. Well, so I went to this place. Going there was not a problem, because when I reached at the airport, I got a taxi, and actually somebody showed me. No, nobody did. I just went on Google and just looked for the app how to order taxa in Italy, because I was like, okay, let me just download the app. If I'm somewhere far away, I can just like order the taxi on the app. I really do like apps. Even in Denmark, I normally use an app, because then I know, like, okay, I know I'm gonna pay this amount. I don't want surprises. I no. So yeah, I did that, and I got a taxi. I went to the place. Everything was fine. Everything was perfect. I got what I wanted. It was a quiet place. Like, I mean, but wait. One thing I realized, that day number one was okay, because I was just going around the place, getting to, get familiar with the environment and everything. And I realized that it looks like a private uh, city, village-ish. Yeah. But that wasn't a problem, because, I mean, yeah, who cares? Nobody. And the second day, I went to their, like, kind of a mini city-ish. And I realized that people were looking at me weird, very weird, very, very weird. I also realized that I was the only, I can say black, right? Yeah, I was the only black person there. And I was like, oh, okay, no problem. And I remember on day number two in the evening, uh, when I say evening, it wasn't dark, because we are in spring, it's going into summer, so it gets dark like maybe 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or whatever, right? So there was still light outside. Then I met one guy, and I asked him, where can I uh get food, like buy food, not get food, but buy food. I asked him, excuse me, sir, can I ask you something? He said, yeah. That means he understood what I said. And I asked him, where can I buy food? He said, oh, we have a restaurant down there, but it's too expensive. You won't afford it. I was like, okay, okay, no problem. Then I started to realize that, okay, it's only for rich people. Don't I look rich? But no problem. It's okay. It's okay. Maybe he said it without thinking. I said, oh, okay, but where is it? And then he kept on telling you, no, 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 it's very expensive. But if And then he told me if you have the app, just eat, you can order pizza online, then they can bring it to you wherever you are. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay, so first of all, this guy, like, instead of him like allowing me to go there and find out myself if I can afford the food or not, he kept on insisting that I shouldn't go because it's expensive. Okay, me with my head, right? So I went, guys, I went there, and the food was starting from like 16 euros, and the highest one was, I think, 28 or 26. It wasn't even more than 30 euros. I was like, hey, this guy, I was just imagining, I was like, this guy, if this guy is to move to Copenhagen, to Denmark, right? This guy, I think he'll be on a dry fast. He will fast because he will never buy any food. But guys, it was my bad because I realized that later on that food is very cheap in Italy compared to Copenhagen. It's very cheap there. So I think like I did a quick judgment right there because I was like, this guy, but it's okay. It's okay. So I went back to the hotel, right? And the menu, guys, the menu I got from the hotel, this restaurant was also included. Like that restaurant that the guy said that it would be expensive for me, it was also in the, like they had a menu for that restaurant. So I said, okay, let me just order some food there. But let's get back into the story. So it wasn't just it, but they had a really nice menu. And I ordered food from there. And I was like, Naomi, why didn't you just do it at the hotel instead of you going out there and embarrass yourself? But anyway, that's okay. I didn't know. I was like, okay, I blushed that off. It's fine. Okay, now day three, I'm leaving that place. That's where the juice started. That's where the suffering started. Like, I had already walked around that place to see like what is there, and I noticed that, okay, Naomi, you cannot just be like moving around all the way because people. Yeah, day three, it was my time to leave, to transfer to the city, to see everything. Meanwhile, remember, this place is like a mini closed up village for rich people. There wasn't any, I didn't see any African person. That's number one. Second, they were looking at me like a ghost, like I'm in the wrong place. I remember even I was actually, oh my God, I forgot this. I was standing on the road, one of the roads. I'll show you the road. I was standing and I was just taking a picture of myself with my stand. And the guy stopped. He said, bring your phone. I was like, why? It's like, you take picture of me. I said, no, I didn't do that. I didn't like, I got so scared. I got so scared. I said, no, I didn't do that. Like, guys, I was taking picture of myself. I was trying to be a slay queen, and that went wrong. I was like, okay, anyway, I don't know their rules, so it's fine. Then I showed him my phone. He's nowhere in any picture. I told him I'm just taking a picture of myself, and that was the end. And everyone was looking at me weird. I was like, am I, did I transfer to another planet or what? Am I not human? Is there something weird on me? But anyway, that's fine. So day three, I'm leaving this hotel. Hey Naomi, who sent you? I was leaving the hotel. Then I packed my bags, my suitcase, and everything. Then I went to check out. So I asked the lady, I had already booked another hotel in the city closer to where I wanted to go, in the places I wanted to go. I had already booked. Then I went to the lady, I showed her where I'm going. I told her, okay, I'm going here. So what do you think is best? Should I order a taxi or public transport? But I actually wanted to take the public transportation because I wanted to see the roads and everything. So now my adventure starts. Then the lady was like, the taxa will be very expensive from this place to where you're going unless you go back to the airport. Meanwhile, I took the taxa from the airport to this place, right? And I think that was like, was it 45 euros or around there? But it wasn't more than 50 euros. And then she told me, oh, so you either you go back to the to the airport, and then you take a train from the airport to go to that place. I was like, hey, wait, no. I was like, okay, is there no other routes I can take? She said, yeah, the public transportation is more easier to go to this hotel you want to go to than taking a taxi, because it will be more than taking a taxi, not taxa. Oh my god, I'm used to taxa. Then taking a taxi, and I was like, okay, so can I get the map? This lady, she was so nice. She was really nice. She showed me everything, and she even printed out a paper. Why am I holding a paper? Yeah, okay. She printed out a paper, or like a map, and she showed me the bus and when is the bus going to come and everything. I was like, oh, Naomi, you are successful. You have made it in life. And guess what? It was only going to cost me, I think, around €6 to just take the eh, public transportation. So I was like, oh, saving, no problem. And I jumped on that. I took my papers and my everything. I took my bag. I started in garang, 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 go to the bus stop. I stood on the bus stop. The bus was not coming.
This is the place, and what you see there, the blue thing, is the bus stop. I was waiting.
I waited. The bus was not coming. Let me drink some coffee because this thing makes me feel like I want to cry. The bus was not coming. Then I started to think, meanwhile, the bus is not coming. I'm on my phone, watching TikToks, watching all the videos in the whole world. I'm not thinking about my battery because I'm like, within 30 minutes, I'll be inside. I can charge, I can even sit and relax. My plan was from this hotel to the other hotel, no wahala. And the bus was not coming. 30 minutes, the bus is nowhere to be found. I don't even know, and nobody was there. The road is empty, and remember, this is a mini village. They have showed me paper already that these people don't want me around, or like maybe they want me around but they're just surprised to see, uh yeah, you know. And so I went on my phone. I started like finding other routes. I don't know who sent me. I don't know. I started looking for other routes because me normally I don't have one answer for everything. I have like I can look for different. Even though the app showed me here, if I see that it's gonna be longer, I'll look for another way, a shorter way, or any, yeah. It's something that I always do. And then I look for another way. I was like, okay, Google Maps, put in where I am. I put in where I was and where I'm going. Sorry, where I'm going. And then, so this Google Maps show me that, okay, now me, if you walk 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 5, you go to another bus stop. From that bus stop, the bus is coming in, I think it was like in 30 minutes, and then you take that bus to a train station, and the train station will take you to that place. I was like, it's done. I walked. I left that bus stop. I walked another 15 minutes. And mind you, I have luggage, so I'll count 20 minutes because 5 minutes I was like, tadan, 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 tadan. Then I reached that bus stop that I had to get another bus from. Meanwhile, me, guys, this is what happened. This is so bad. So going to the other bus stop, then in the middle of the road, the bus I was supposed to take, I saw it passing me, vram, but in another on another side, it just passed me, vram, and I was like, wait a minute, wasn't this the bus I was supposed to take? But I have left that bus stop long time. I was like, I didn't actually mind, but I was like, whatever. I'll go to the other one and then take the other one, and yeah, everything will be fine. And that's like going into 1 hour. Guys, I forgot to tell you that I, I walked around for 4 hours. 4 hours. Yeah. And when I went to the other bus stop, there was a on that bus stop it there was a like kind of like a mini kind of city. There are some shops, the coffee shop, a pizzeria, and those, you know, those street boutiques, but tiny. They are selling some clothes and all that, so it was kind of like a busy place. I said, oh, I can see people, that's great. So I went there. I waited, and that bus too was not coming. I said, Naomi, your village people, they will not stop. I was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. The bus is not coming. Then I decided, I love coffee. So I decided to go in that coffee shop. The coffee shop, they had ice cream, they had coffee and cakes and, yeah, a lot of stuff, right? So I went inside. When there were people sitting and talking, and yeah, it was just from afar, where I was standing. When I saw the place, it was a nice atmosphere. When I entered, I was like a ghost. Like, people kept quiet, and it felt really bad. I felt it. I was like, okay. When I entered, I asked one lady, excuse me. She looked at me. I was like, sorry. Okay, first of all, I asked her, like, I showed her a paper, and then I showed her where I was going, and she said no, no. I said, oh, okay. She didn't understand. I left her. I went to the one who was selling. This woman made herself so busy. She did not talk to me, and there was a guy who was filling up some things and everything. I waited for him to finish. I waited because I was like, okay, of course I'm gonna buy coffee, I'm gonna buy some ice cream, but at the same time, I do need help. So I went, I stood there, I waited, and then when they finished, and then the lady was talking to the guy, and then the guy looked at me, he went outside, he came back again. And the problem is, I don't understand what they're saying. And they also don't understand what I'm saying. And after, I removed the money so that they don't think that I'm a beggar, or I just came to maybe to steal or something. The lady was keeping an eye on me, and the man was just up and down. And then I said, excuse me, can I order some coffee? And then the lady said something I did not understand, but seriously, if they speak their language, Italian or whatever they are speaking, and they realize that I'm not reacting, that means I do not understand. So yeah, so they did not work on me. They did not hear me out. They completely ignored me. The whole atmosphere was ugly, because it was like, I felt so uncomfortable. I felt so sad, and it did not feel good. So I removed the money to show that, okay, I'm actually going to buy. It's not that, because I was holding my mini suitcase, my handbag, my cameras, and I was holding a paper. Oh my god, I think I was looking homeless or something. I think I was looking homeless. Yeah, holding everything, and but I wasn't looking homeless because I did my makeup.
I wasn't looking that creepy. It's not that bad.
And I showed them the paper. They didn't mind me. I was like, okay. They did not work on me like as a customer. Nobody minded me because they were all shaking their heads. They don't understand. Fine. Then I left. I did not buy my coffee. I did not buy my ice cream. That's why I'm drinking so much coffee, because I need to add up that time. Sorry. And I left that place. I went back. When I was going back to that bus stop, I saw two guys. They were standing there. I was like, ta-da, let me go to these guys and ask them if they can help me. I went to the guys, and I say, excuse me, I show them the paper, because now I noticed that in this area, people is too closed up, that people don't speak English. And so I need to use, like, I need to speak one word after each other for them to understand. I say, sorry, this where. So I'm trying not to, like, I said this where. He said no, no, no. Then they turned and started walking. Before, they were standing there talking, And they, I was like, hey. Okay, guys, I forgot to tell you this one. I forgot to tell you this one. I know me. How did you forget? So, you know, after getting out of that uh, kiosk, not a kiosk, that shop where they ignored me, they didn't want to talk to me. But okay, this is just my opinion. Like, if you see that I do respect people if they cannot, like, you don't speak the same language, but this is a working place. Like, it's a business, you know. If I met these people in the public and they don't want to talk to me, I will understand, because yeah. But in the shop, I think I got so hurt. I was so sad because it was in the shop, and I expect, like, if you're selling something, you should be nice to people. And you should try your best, like, to hear out people or to attend to your customers. You should do that. I think so. That's my opinion. Maybe it's not counted in Rome. Yeah, but that is my opinion. My Jesus. That's my opinion, that if you have a shop and somebody come in, you should attend to them. And if you're not able to help them with what they need, then it's okay to let them know. But this lady didn't talk to me. Okay, now this was the surprise, right? When I went out of that shop, after I saw the guys, right? This is after the guys. So I was just going ram ram to my bus stop, the other bus stop, right? And I saw this lady. There was a lady and a small child. I think I'll give this child age 2, 3, 4, not more than 4. I like giving age. Oh. I like giving age. So I'll give her like not more than 4 years old. So they were just standing on the road. The child is just the girl was looking at me like, and I was like, okay, I'll not bring my anger on this child, because why should I be angry with the child? She has done nothing to me. So I love children. Naomi, stop loving children, because one day you end up in jail just because you love children too much. You end up in jail. So me, I look at this child, I was like, okay, so when I went out of the cafe, I was like this. So when the girl looked at me, we had eye contact, and then I did like this. Oh, Jesus, Naomi, that was a mistake. The mother saw me smiling to the child. The woman grabbed the child, ram, and hold her hand so tight as if I was going to steal the child. In my head, I was like, guys, allow me to react, because if I really had energy that time to react, this is what I would have said. I'm like, me, the problems I'm going through, you think I'm gonna steal a child? I'm carrying luggage, I'm carrying all the entire problems in the entire world, and you want me to steal a child? Madness. But anywho, that was then. But I also do understand that mothers, it is normal and it's great to be protective. Like, protect your children from any creepy people around. And me, guys, as you see me here, right? I do understand. And I mean, no matter how much I love kids, I'll never meet a child on the street and touch them or just talk to them anyhow. I'll never do that, because I know the consequences. I know, guys. In Copenhagen, you can't just mess with somebody's child. You can't. So I've learned that, and I've adapted to that, because where I come from, if any child on the village mess up, we are going to dismantle you. But anywho, where I live now, I learned to adapt on. Even when I see a child doing the worst of the worst in this world, I'll swallow it and I'll just be like, "Hmm." Because guess what? It's not my child. I don't want to end up in prison. So me, even smiling at children, huh? I'm very careful. I don't even smile. In fact, I don't even want to give eye contact, because, so, hey, okay, now that's a lot. Just keep it to yourself. But guys, okay, my point is, I do not blame the mother to protect her child. But at the same time, because I was already like angry, it made me feel even more bad that I started crying again, because I was like, ah, Naomi, of all the problems you have, you just smile at the child. You didn't even come closer. And now look at this. In my head, I was like, this woman, just put the child inside your clothes so that I won't steal this child. But anywho, it's okay. It's okay. That's too much. I'm just wasting time. Let's get back to the story. Guys, when one thing that hurts me so much when somebody like rejection and ah that thing like my heart, I was so, and meanwhile my phone started beeping. I was on 20%. I was like, eh, my battery. And it's going in 2 hours. I started crying. I think I wasn't crying because I'm walking too much or I'm up and down. I think I was crying because it was so like I was so sad. I was so angry. I was just getting so frustrated because I was like, guys, why do they have to like ignore me like that? Like the fact that maybe okay they have never seen a colored person, which I don't think so. um I don't know what they were thinking. I don't want to judge so much, but this is what happened. I don't know what they were thinking, but they actually ignored me, and I actually needed serious help. Like, not help to ask them for money, not to help them for food or anything. I just wanted to ask if they know the bus I can take to reach to a certain station. That's all. That's all I wanted. They ignored me. I went back on my Google. Google. Google Maps failed me big time. Google Maps, it failed me big time. I went on Google Maps again. I put in where I was at that time to where I'm going. And it says if I walk 4 hours, I'll reach. I was I was like, which kind of problem is this one? What kind of problem is this? All of a sudden, Google Maps changed to 4 hours. And then the next stop I can get somewhere, it was showing me driving 45 minutes, walk 4 hours, or I can also walk to another bus stop in I think it was like 1 hour, 48 minutes. So let me say 2 hours. I say, Naomi, it's over. It is over for you, my love. I sat down. I was like, which kind of problem is this? Eh? I started crying. I started crying, and I was like, Naomi, why? I don't even know whom to blame. So I was like, okay, stand up, let's go. And I started walking. I started walking. I was walking and walking and walking. So while walking, I saw another bus stop, but that bus stop was for some kids, you know. So, uh-huh. Some of you will be wondering, why didn't you then just get a taxi from there? Now, this is what happened. I didn't know that in Italy, you cannot just stop a taxi on the road. In fact, you're not going to see any just vroom vrooming around. Okay, one thing I was used to in Copenhagen, you can stand on the road um, in a normal day and see taxi passing you. You can stop it and then, or we have telephone numbers, like different numbers you can call, and then you order taxi. You just have to tell them where you are, and the taxi will come to you. I had the app. I don't know what happened. The app was not working. I ordered like a million times. I even reached to a point that I saw on the app there was one taxi to where I'm going. It's 100 euros. I ordered, it declined. I checked my account. I said, Naomi, are you that broke? No, I was not broke. The money was there more than enough than what I'm paying. The app says sorry, cannot order now. Sorry, all the time. Everything like crank went down. Hold my suitcase. I started garang 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 garang. I'm going down the street. And you guys will say that if a taxa pass, I'll stop it. One taxa passed me, I was like this. They said, Vram! Everybody's just driving away. I was like, okay, that's fine. So I reached at a certain place. There was a bus stop, and this bus stop, they have those white mini buses for kids after school or something like that because I thought there were only kids inside after school. The way I jumped in this bus, like I did not have a ticket, I did not have anything. But when I stood there, I was entering, the bus driver just did like this, like, yeah. So